benched, Tua, benched.
CTE, look at me. CTE, look at me.
T Higgins.
My ball is wobbly.
Tua, benched.
Live from the Raw Live Production Studio, it's True NFL with Frankie J and T.O. And here's your host, Frankie J.
I'm indeed Frankie J, and to my right is the three-time Hall of Shamer, T.O. T.O., another week, another crazy week of football. A lot of weird games, a couple significant injuries, but we got a lot to go over. Thanks for everybody for being here. And if you're here watching live on either Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, or X, formerly known as Twitter, definitely feel free to drop a comment throughout the show. We will get to them as we can. T.O., start things off with on this day.
You know what?
Feed the ducks.
On this day, Wright brothers, you remember them?
Yeah,
Their first powered flight.
Wow.
12 horsepower strapped right to a bicycle.
And then they laid on it Superman style and flew.
I mean, that's awesome. That's great. That's almost as great as in 1983, Wayne Gretzky scoring his 800th point.
Whoa.
You know how many points he averaged a game?
2.
Pretty close, 2.27. It's pretty good.
Pretty damn close.
Yeah, that was 1983. And then in 1986, Gretzky scores 4 goals. Hat trick in the first period, marking his 41st career hat trick.
Wow.
First period. That's crazy.
The Gretz.
2014 had 103-year-old Gus Andrione record a hole-in-one on the 14th hole in a lake course in Florida.
Sweet.
103. What do you think you'll be doing at 103?
I won't be alive, man.
If you're Phillip Rivers, you might be quarterback. In 2022, Vikings come from behind 33-0 at halftime to defeat the Colts 39-36 in the greatest comeback in NFL history. And that's on this day. And we in Buffalo this week saw a great second half comeback, didn't we?
We sure did. We might as well just jump right into that because what a game, and a lot of shit talkers that were, we got this. They were all ready for the hats and the freaking T-shirts. 21-0, we're down. And I kind of didn't really feel like we were going to lose that game. I felt like the Bills have been a second half team the entire season. I mean, going back to last year, they've been a second half team. So for me, I wasn't worried. It's weird. It was probably the least worried I've been all year. How about you?
How about hashtag Josh Allen MVP?
The MVP talk has been ramping up again, that Josh Allen's back in the race with Stafford.
Are we really out of any game with him?
No. We're not.
The harsh reality of Buffalo Bills football.
The thing with Buffalo Bills football is this, is I think I still have my issues with offensive play calling, even though that they turned it on and scored 5 touchdowns in a row in 5 possessions in the second half, 4 in the second half, 1 in the first half. I still have I don't like our play caller. I just think we could do better on the offensive coordinator. I like the offensive coordinator to not be in the booth, too. I don't know why that bothers the hell out of me. You look at Josh McDaniels, the coordinator of the Patriots. He's always on the sideline. I think that's that's strategic, man. You're down there. You can talk to your guy in face-to-face and be able to, look at film together and develop a plan for the next series. But our guy doesn't do that. He just calls plays.
You get a better feel for the game. Feel for the game. Who's into the game? I agree with you there. They should be. But they agree, or they think that they get the higher vantage point. They get to see plays open up, which is true too. But nothing like the feel of the game and knowing what the hell is going on.
What did they do back in the day when they didn't even have headphones and that they played games from the sideline? When I played Little League football,
binoculars, remember?
Yeah, but why can't they? It's just too advanced for me. I think this whole in the booth thing. I don't know where it started. I know I can see the person that started it. Maybe have an advisor up there that can see the field and, chime down to the offensive coordinator. Hey, if you're not seeing this, I'm seeing this. Maybe, I don't know. I just don't like the coordinator in the booth thing. It sort of bothers me. And then during halftime, they got a book run down the stadium stairs to get to the locker room. Why don't you just be on the field with the guys? Are you afraid of the cold? Are you a pansy? Who knows?
Well,
I don't
could
know.
be afraid of the cold.
They very well could be. But
Let's say we make it. Are we going to be? Is Josh Allen going to be labeled as a guy who didn't have to beat any of the good quarterbacks on his way through?
I don't
now
care
that
about
Mahomes
that.
is out. You don't care?
Listen, I don't care about that. We said that on our last show, NFL. I don't care if we play third string quarterbacks to get to the Super Bowl. I want to win a Super Bowl. It's the NFL. If you're starting amazing quarterback, Pat Mahomes or whoever goes down, it happens. It happens. So if that happens to be our path to the Super Bowl and people want to say, well, you only won it or you got there because, well, let them. Let them say what they're going to say. I mean, for years now, we've been saying that the Chiefs are winning the Super Bowls because the refs are helping them. There's always going to be that narrative. There's always going to be the reason why.
The narrative in my head that stuck in that game was when an announcer said, "There's nothing like the newfound success of fatherhood," and I was like, "Well, this is like destined to be right now." He's literally telling us, and I think he was talking about Knox, but that's Knox now.
But he knocked up his wife.
I'm on the train here where the script is flipped, and
well,
like I said before, there's no way Mahomes would have let Allen beat him, and he ain't even in.
The Chiefs are done. You finally got the Big E in front of.
I could admit it.
The Chiefs that they are officially eliminated from playoff contention. It's for me a good feeling because they have been a thorn in the side of the Buffalo Bills. And quite frankly, I think a lot of people, and I don't think I'm alone on this, are tired of the Chiefs. Just like they got tired of the Patriots.
Just when I was starting to like them.
Well, you can like them all you want, but last year's Super Bowl, I think I mentioned this earlier too, an hour and a half ago. I think the overall viewers were down because it was the Chiefs again.
So you're against dynasties?
I'm not against. No, I'm not. I just think I'm against the
Chiefs dynasty.
Maybe, yeah.
Not even New England's.
New England's didn't bother me as much as the Chiefs. I think this whole Pat Mahomes thing and this Kelsey thing has run its course. I think what really kind of pushed me over the edge with it was when they started bringing Taylor Swift into the picture. You haven't seen her lately. Weird. So I know it's because she declined to do the halftime show, and I know that she doesn't need the money. She's very good with money. She's, basically a lonely little girl that sings sappy songs about breaking up with guys, and now she's with Travis Kelce. And once they get divorced, she's going to write one hell of a song, and they're going to probably play it over the PA Arrowhead Stadium. So let's be real here. I got Chief burnout. I'm burned out by the Chiefs.
Yeah, you don't like dynasties. I get it.
It's not that I don't. I want Bills to have a dynasty because that would be legitimate. How many years, T.O., have the Bills always had to play 2 games a week? One against the refs, one against the team they're playing. The Chiefs never had to do that. This year they had to play honest. Last year they had to play honest, even though they made it to the Super Bowl and got crushed by a Philly team that I don't think is really that good, but they're winning. They're not that good. They're just not.
We got to play them soon too. But is it real? Is it all real, or is it? You heard what Puka? You heard Puka Nakua? Fine, probably.
Go ahead, bring that up.
Hold on, I got to look it up because I want to like on our last show. You got to get it right.
Got to get it right.
He said on a live stream Tuesday night that he thinks some NFL referees make calls just to get shown on TV games.
Huh?
Made comments on a live stream with Aiden Ross. The refs are the worst, Nakua said. Well, he also went on to say he thinks that, they're texting their friends at home, they're doing things like this. Of course they are.
Wouldn't you?
He's definitely going to get fined. You sign that NDA not to talk about any of this because it ruins the integrity of the game. If more people knew what was really going on, they wouldn't watch the game.
True.
It's integrity.
I get it. I just think that they should be able to talk freely. Yeah, they sign agreements. You can't. I know you're not supposed to. You're not allowed. But then you got a Travis Kelce showing what a baby he is, not showing up to his post-game media
It's disappointing.
interview 2 weeks in a row. Does that show you classless, or is that just somebody that's embarrassed of where they are?
How about sore loser?
Thank you. I liked the Kelsey brothers. I still like Jason. I liked their podcast until they brought Taylor Swift into it. That's when I was like,
Got
okay.
better.
I didn't like it. I thought, why does she need that platform? Do your own podcast, lady. So for me, I got Chief burnout. I got you're seeing true colors now of a sore loser. Yeah, when you're above the world and you're winning and everybody in the world adores you and thinks the Chiefs are the next best thing since sliced Wonder Bread. And then he shows his real character. I'm not going to show up to the podium after the game.
There's a lot going into that. He knows it's close to the end. He's disappointed. He doesn't want to say the wrong things. And his quarterback just went down. It's life and blood. I feel it. I don't mind a sore loser sometimes.
Well,
sometimes it's better to say nothing. Sometimes we all must learn in life.
I mean,
sometimes it's better to say nothing than to say more.
Well, I think we've all learned a valuable lesson here. Sometimes it's better to leave certain things unsaid.
Well, this is why we have 2 ears and 1 mouth, correct?
Well, we all make mistakes. So he's, in relevance to me or you, he is definitely younger than us. He's still got that child mentality. He plays football. He's got to grow up sometime. And he's with Taylor Swift, who sings to little kids. So he's definitely got the child in him, where his brother's a little bit more mature in a way, more well-spoken, I guess.
They're screwed.
Different. They're both, I mean, they both got CTE.
Kansas City as a team, I think, is screwed. They're going to be in a tough, not screwed, but they're in a tough spot.
I think they're in a real tough spot. If I'm not mistaken, they're going to be losing Pacheco. They're going to have to really fight to keep what they got together. Mahomes probably won't be right for the first few weeks of the season. Yeah, they're predicting first week training camp. Okay. I don't think so. I don't think you're right after that sort of injury. I don't think you ever fully heal. I just don't believe that.
Quarterbacks do. Like with Tom Brady won 3 after.
Yeah, but Tom Brady wasn't a running quarterback. He never was.
Yeah, I get that.
I think the one time he ran, I think it was a Buffalo Bill named Nate Clements, who buried his ass when they were allowed to actually hit the quarterback. So I think, you could say Tom Brady, yeah, he tore his ACL in Kansas City opening day in whatever year. And yeah, did come back to win a Super Bowl, but he was a drop back, get rid of the ball quarterback. He wasn't a running quarterback. Patrick Mahomes likes to do that little tip-tap, dancey-dance, backyard ball thing. So if he makes a wrong move, he's going to rip
So
it
Kelsey's a sore loser, so is Vrabel a sore loser for complaining about the
Vrabel,
same
let me bring this up. Mike Vrabel. Listen, buddy, if you're watching or any New England Patriots fan is watching, like that dumbass that does the pizza reviews.
Putney
Putney
from Boston.
I really don't care for his reviews on the pizzas. I think he's one bite. We all know the rules, but then he takes 14 bites. Like, shut up. Just eat the pizza and give it your rating. Don't be a dick. So he, went on social media when they were up 21-0. Oh, we're crushing the Bills, and we're the AFC East champions, and shirts and caps, and But to his credit, he manned up after the game and did a live feed, and I think essentially sat down instead of standing up for once and owned the fact that he was a dumbass. I thought
he might have had a couple wobbly pops before that.
Maybe he had a bad pizza.
Posting that.
He had a bad pizza. He had a pizza that got like a 4.4.
I don't like the guy.
I'm not gonna lie. I mean, if he ever sees this show, I don't like you. I think you're a dickhead. I think you're obnoxious.
You're rude, brash, and I'm an asshole.
You're definitely touched.
This guy
though, he thinks he's some kind of like macho man. He's got a security crew around him. Anyone that's got security around him is gonna talk shit. So he goes out. He's got a camera crew and he's got security because he pisses people off. That's what he does. He goes into a pizza place and orders a pizza and then stands out front and just eggs them on. And if it sucks, he tells them it sucks. And
who pisses people off, but
one
backs
bite,
it up?
everyone knows the rule. Go ahead.
Phillip Rivers.
Let's talk about Phillip Rivers.
How good was that game?
I have to say this. play a good Seahawks team. He got rid of the ball quick. He didn't suck. He took a really big shot too at one time when he got rid of the ball and he got popped and he got back up. It almost seemed like he had never left the league.
I know.
He did put on a little bit of weight, though. He looks a little heavier than he was when he left the league. I was impressed, quite frankly, with his play. I didn't think he'd come out of the gates. I thought he would be Phillip Rivers, but he didn't play horrible.
How many games like that do you think he's got left?
Well, there is only 2 games left in the season, unless they make some sort of.
You think he's going to make it to 3? I mean, he's got to be feeling some pain, man.
Oh, sure, he's feeling some pain, but
Oh, they got those machines.
They got everything now. I think they're. I don't know really what's going to happen.
Stem selling them up.
They're at home this week. I picked them to win this week. Who are they playing?
Who are they even playing
this week? Well,
Tennessee. The Bills are going to win the East. True or false?
True. I don't know. Don't ask me.
Come on, I'm asking you true or false.
True.
I'm going true. You know why? Because Kansas City's out. Now I'm riding the Buffalo train because no other script feels better than this Buffalo one to me, other than that Kansas City one coming out of nowhere.
What's the script that we saw?
I think the script is, well, obviously we saw it with Washington. I'll bring this up again. They blow out goats. The guy spends bazillions on a new stadium, and all of a sudden they're in the NFC Championship game. Would anyone believe they would be good? No. What are they now? They suck. But the stadium's built. They filled it up. Fans are happy. Buffalo, might be our turn. Building the stadium. You don't spend millions and not get promised something in return. So we're at least going to the AFC Championship game.
Yeah, yeah.
Believe it or not.
I think it's time, even if it's an easy road to the Super Bowl, it's time.
It's not easy.
Get the Bills one. I think, and this is just my humble opinion, all the years I've been a Bills fan. If anybody out there watching, either on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, or Instagram, drop a comment if you want to disagree.
No game is easy with this offensive coordinator.
No, it's not. But I will say this. If the Bills were to get one Super Bowl or one Stanley Cup or one of each.
The monkey off the back?
The monkey off the back, I think it would draw more fans in. I think it would keep us going
Stafford.
Another 20 years. Even if we never won another Super Bowl for 20 more years, it would take that sting out of always losing. Because I hate losing, especially games that you know you should win. We should have lost that game in New England, but we stayed together as a team. They came out in the second half. They played defense. Milano had a couple sacks. Trey White even had a great play with that interception. And Mike Vrabel had the nerve, and this is typical Patriot way, to say there was an excuse. The Bills are the most penalized in the way of offensive holding in the league. And this is what he said. It was a podcast or a show, that the Bills weren't penalized one time during that game for offensive holding. And I can remember very clearly there was one series where they were called twice for offensive holding, and Josh Allen still managed to get a touchdown. It was the one touchdown that Josh Allen had run in, and they called offensive holding. They brought it back, and then it was called again, and they brought it back even more, and then that touchdown was thrown.
Maybe they put a focus on not getting those penalties. The refs can call any penalties they want.
But no, but for Vrabel to go and say something so stupid when he didn't realize that there was two penalties in a row called on us for offensive holding. You're 11 and whatever. Patriot way. Move on the next week. But he lingered a little bit on that loss. He didn't like to lose that game.
For as good as they are, they're not that good.
I don't think Drake May should even be in the MVP.
He's pretty good.
He's pretty good, but there was a fact brought up. Who was the last winning team, really, that Drake May played until he lost to the Bills this past Sunday?
Buffalo.
Right.
Yeah.
He hasn't played a top contender.
We played the
yet.
same schedule, though.
So what? Here's the thing is.
They took advantage of a weak schedule, and we slipped some games in there that we shouldn't have lost. Atlanta.
Yeah.
There's a few,
We lost
Miami.
to them at home. Miami's shit. They're out of it now.
They won those games.
Right.
I think they're on the. I think we have a good shot at winning this. The East.
I think we have a good shot at winning the East. I think the Bills have a really good shot at making the Super Bowl once that playoff tournament starts. But for that to happen, two things have to, or there's a couple different scenarios that they came up with this weekend. I'm only going to give you the two because the other two involve ties, and you know how I feel about ties. So if the Bills win and the Colts lose, we clinch a playoff spot. If the Bills win and the Houston Texans lose, we have a playoff spot. Yeah. We're going to be in the playoffs. No
We're like
what,
97, yeah.
But we can clinch and be officially in the playoffs if those couple things happen. And then the other two scenarios, I believe, were the Bills tie and Houston loses, or Bills tie and the Colts lose. So no matter what, we have to win or tie, and one of those two teams has to lose for us to clinch this week. I don't necessarily think clinching this week really matters because we are going to make the playoffs. I mean,
that Eagles game's going to be a toughie.
I just think what do we have left with the remaining schedule? I mean, we got this week we got Cleveland at Cleveland, and then we come back home, Philly at Buffalo, and then we finish out the season with the Jets coming to Buffalo. Those are two very winnable games at home. Philly especially, I could see us really doing a number on them at home and our fans right now. And I could see us just putting a whooping on the Jets. I don't think the Jets should even show up that day. They should just send in their practice dummies and their practice squad to show up and get some work out.
Patriots got to play the Ravens, Jets, and Dolphins, so they're 2 winnable out of 3 also.
Right.
I think they lose this week against Baltimore.
So for me, speaking of, we have to bounce back here a little bit. Pat Mahomes out with an ACL. What a blow Green Bay took losing Micah Parsons.
Oh, yeah.
That's a huge loss for them. Real huge loss for them. I don't think it's going to matter significantly because they can win games without him. I think he was even out for a game with them this year after the trade even. So I still think that Love can provide some love to Green Bay. I don't see him making it to the Super Bowl. I just don't. I don't think they have it in them to make a playoff push. And I would say that even with Micah Parsons in. I just don't think he's ready yet. He's good. Jordan Love is good, but is he great? Is he ready to go to the Super Bowl? I don't believe so.
In some weird way with all the Seattle and Rams talk, I kind of want the 49ers to sneak in there as the number one. I don't know why. I don't like either. I like the Rams the best, but I think it would kind of be funny. No one's talking about them at all.
Who?
The 49ers, and they're like one game behind them, aren't they?
I actually picked them to lose to Indy this week at home. I do hope I'm wrong because I do want Indy to lose and us to win to get that playoff clinch, but I wouldn't mind seeing them lose to Phillip Rivers at home. I think the fans are going to be stoked. They're going to be excited. Phillip Rivers back in the building. So who knows what he could go off. He could have a 400-yard game and 5 touchdowns.
That would be nuts.
It would be funny. And JT gets 2 on the ground, and they all jump and carry him off the field like Rudy. So, but not to change subject, but you did mention earlier that the narrative now for who's going to be in the Super Bowl, according to the script, as you call it, is the Rams and the Bills. Where did this come from?
Yeah, Rams, Bills. Isn't that the Super Bowl colors? We'd have to look at the colors that have been correct for the last 12 years.
Well, the Bills colors and the Rams colors are in there.
There you go.
But there are other colors in there.
Talk about getting a monkey off the back. Maybe Stafford will pull the monkey off Allen's back.
Maybe.
That's great television right there.
What do you mean?
If Stafford would come over to Allen and pull, remember when that guy said take the monkey? Who was that? Kurt Warner?
Steve Young.
Oh, Steve Young. That's who I'm talking about.
That's a famous.
We need him down there.
Yeah, the guy with the big porn stash.
Yeah, take the monkey off my back.
I just think that the Bills I think they're ready. They're beyond ready. I think it comes down to what they showed this past Sunday. They never panicked. They stuck to their guns. They stayed together. They played hard-nosed football till the very end of that game. You can't
so
deny
hard to say
the
that,
fact,
isn't it?
It is, but you can't deny the fact that they did come back from a 21-0 deficit, and they did win that game legitimately without the help of the referees.
I don't care about the team. Maybe it's Josh Allen's time.
I think it's Josh Allen's time. I think the man deserves a Super Bowl. He's carried this team on his back long.
They win
long
the Super
enough.
Bowl. You remember 2 players on this team, maybe 3. Benford,
I would remember all
Poyer.
that.
Not really.
Poyer.
You'd be like Allen. Yeah, Allen was on that team, and they had this Cook. Yeah, Cook.
Poyer to me, I like him. He's experienced. He can read an offense.
He could tackle.
But he also misses tackles.
He's pretty good in the Cincinnati game where Joey B looks like he's quitting.
Yeah, and there's people that are disagreeing with me on that. That are saying that he was just sad. I go by what they say. If you're gonna have fun anymore, and his lip was quivering.
He looks like Macaulay Culkin.
Why are we doing this? Why are we doing it if we're not having fun anymore? And then he goes out the next week and gets his ass whooped. I don't see him playing. Okay. Is he going to be in Cincinnati next year? Most definitely not. Is he going to be in the NFL next year is the question that remains.
Yeah, and then he'll come back and be like, you done or you thirsty for more?
I just think that Andrew Luck pulled it, and Andrew Luck left very respectfully, but he left because he didn't want his body to be battered. He wanted to have a family. He wanted to have a life after football. He made some money and moved on. He's coaching now. He likes his life. I think Joe Burrow's going to be that guy. He's probably tired of being friggin' hurt. I'd be tired of being hurt all the time, wouldn't you?
If I made that much money, I might call it quits, go live in a mountain somewhere all alone with my family. Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I mean, there's places available where I live if you ever want to move up to the mountains and be a real man.
Smart. I mean, that's what I would do. If I was just good enough to be in the league, if I wasn't like he's a superstar. So you can still make a lot more money. I don't know. And it does come down generational wealth. He's got a lot of decisions to make. I don't think this is going to be his last time.
It might. Maybe he takes a season off. Maybe he just takes a year off. Or he gets a good offer in Minnesota, or he could end up in even Pittsburgh or on the Jets or the Giants. Who knows? Maybe he wants to go try to start over with a different organization. If he goes to the Jets or the Giants, he's an idiot. Could he end up in Cleveland? Is Shedeur Sanders really that good? Analysts have been kind of beating him up this past week. I don't know if you saw that. I don't think this is a blackball thing, Tio. I think this is for real.
No.
He didn't score a touchdown at all.
He plays for the Cleveland Browns, remember?
Okay, you can say that all you want, but he had a game where he threw for over 400 yards. What happened? Did the necklace get too heavy on his neck? Right. So he had a good game against a crappy team. Is he that good? There's not enough film on him. There's not enough
He's
data.
pretty good.
He could be pretty good, but let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
Remember that guy?
I do.
I wonder where that guy is now. To those of you that don't know what we're talking about, not to go off script or off topic here, there used to be this Jamoke that was on Instagram. I don't even remember, one of the platforms. And he had done time in the California prison system. And he'd go on and do these short reels of, how do you know and determine who gets the top bunk or the bottom bunk in prison? Let's talk about it.
He was pretty much giving up a lot of secrets inside. And I don't think it's a good idea.
Did.
I don't think that's good.
And then I could recall when I messaged, I dropped a comment on him the one time and said, buddy, I go, you should probably relax on doing that because you're if you ever have to go back, you're
might
not going to fare well.
Repeat offender.
Well, he definitely is because if you recall, he dropped a comment. And I said something along the lines of like, I would probably punch him in the mouth or whatever. And he said when and where. He wanted to meet up with me and fight me. And then he was gone.
He was on parole.
I think he broke parole. I don't think he should have been online starting fights and threatening people.
Yeah.
It might have been with somebody else, but he's definitely back in the prison system. And he looked like one of those guys that was going to be in and out.
Can't talk about it. Just like Puka.
Can't talk about it.
Can't talk about it. Better learn your lesson. That guy is always hurt.
Who?
Puka Nacua.
Well, you see how
good
he plays?
is he?
He's very good.
He
plays like Cooper Kupp. Cooper Kupp took a beating and was always hurt near the end. And he's a littler guy. I mean, Puka Nacua is actually not a little guy, but your body can only take so much. I don't care how big you are, how strong you are. I almost want to say the bigger and stronger you are, the bigger the injury could be. I mean, that's just natural, right?
I don't know.
You don't see these little dudes getting hurt as much.
I mean, Worthy got hurt. He's a push away from being thrown 35 feet out of bounds.
And boy, you talked a lot of shit that the Bills traded away to pass him up.
I think we could have used him. It's good to get the defensive players looking backwards and then having Josh Allen run up to a guy who's still running backwards trying to catch Worthy. I think it would have. You could do a lot with Worthy. I am upset that we didn't get him or that we would trade him, but we have nobody. We could do now. That's a gadget player.
Well, we might be getting Hardman back this week, too.
Nicole? Good punt returner. You like Coleman. You're a Coleman fan.
I'm not a Coleman fan. I never have been.
You love Cookie Coleman.
Let's clarify this. when the Bills brought him in, he was the first pick in the second round, and they embraced him, and he came in being all cutesy and goofy and funny and acting like he was half stupid with the chocolate chip cookies and the Macy's coat, and then they were painting over Stephon Diggs and putting him all over
You know
the
what he
city.
reminds me of?
A guy that's not going to be good at football. Well, who?
Hashtag unemployed boyfriend. That's what he reminds me of. You know, you're like, son of a, why are you bringing this guy around?
I just don't think he's going to pan out. I wouldn't be surprised in the least if in the offseason he gets moved.
Thank you.
I don't care for him. I think he's good at drawing penalties because instead of trying to catch the ball, he tries to get tied up with whoever's covering him to draw that penalty. That's what I think. That's what I've seen out of him. He's made a couple.
Good blocker. He made a good block that one game.
Great, thanks. That's what you were drafted for.
That's why we draft receivers here to block.
You're 7 feet tall. You should catch the ball if it hits your hands.
I want a receiver that can catch.
Why can't you just show up on time for meetings? Why can't you just be on time? Sleep in the car in the parking lot if you have to. I've done that before when I was having problems.
On a damn winning team, you got a good chance here.
Yeah, he's blowing it.
You're sucking it off. And all off season, we were told how good you're doing.
Well, not only that, but there was a lot riding on you, and I think what happened is the hype got too much, got built up too much, just like with the Chiefs dynasty. There was too much hype on this freaking guy, and he was a second. 32 teams passed on him. To why?
Who you talking about? Schrader?
Coleman.
Sanders? Oh, Coleman? Yeah. Well,
I thought,
he's
who
not
the
that
hell
good.
Are you talking about?
That's what I'm talking about. I didn't realize he went that late, but you're right. He was 32.
He was number 32.
I keep thinking first round.
He wasn't first round. He was the first pick in the second round, and the Bills took him because I think that was the best option for them at receiver. But if he was so great in Florida, why did these other teams?
Bills go to the Super Bowl. You fire in the offensive coordinator still?
We'd have to do an evaluation.
Oh, evaluate this. I'm putting you on the spot. Everyone wants to fire him tomorrow. Yesterday, 13 years ago. Do we fire him if we go to the Super Bowl?
I don't know.
You can't, right?
What
sense would that make?
Listen, if he gets us to a Super Bowl.
But he isn't. Josh Allen is. So is that the thing?
I think Josh Allen has pulled a couple, I'm not listening to you in my helmet stunts.
I hope so.
I mean.
I hope Jimbo was like, don't listen to him.
But I think that sometimes if Josh Allen goes, just fuck off.
They call design runs.
Yeah, which are stupid sometimes. They don't make sense. So if Josh does, flop him off and makes a big play and a touchdown, who looks good there?
I want to see him flop him off too. Like,
yeah, just shut the fuck up, or just. Yeah, I would love to see that because they're not going to fire Josh. They would fire Brady if that happens. If
That's right, Josh. Are you listening?
Yeah, Josh Allen, if you're listening,
do what
Haley,
you want.
Get off his lap.
Do what you want.
He doesn't want a cup of tea. Josh, let's talk football for a second. If he calls a stupid play and you know it's stupid, just get out there and call a play. Take the game over. You know better than he does. You've been there. He's up there chewing on his gum, high-fiving people, and he's like 21 years old. He's a clown. I don't care for him. I don't think he's the answer to our offense. Now, if we get to the Super Bowl and we win it and by some crazy roll of the dice, he actually pans out and starts calling good offensive play, a good offensive plan, maybe I change my mind. But at this point in time, I don't think he's a good fit for Buffalo. And I'm not the only one that says that.
So it's Super Bowl or bust.
Super Bowl or bust. If we don't get to the Super Bowl and we shit the sheets offensively in the playoffs,
especially
Joe Brady
now.
needs to go. And Brian Daboll's still out there. I would.
What if you get knocked out by Aaron Rodgers? How sad would your life be the next day?
I would be miserable. Oh man, if Aaron Rodgers was to knock the Bills out, I would be miserable. That goddamn smirk on his face, like the smirk you have on your face. And the way he does the championship belt, I would just want to crush him, tackle him, and put him into the ground like that movie Little Giants where that one kid gets tackled and he's actually buried into the ground.
So that would be the one quarterback in the playoffs you don't want to lose to.
I don't want to lose to Aaron Rodgers, no.
Bo Nix, you're fine with.
I don't want to lose.
I know.
If I had a
but Aaron Rodgers kind of turns the knife in you a little.
Aaron Rodgers is a piece of shit. I just don't like the guy. I think he's arrogant. I think, he has a bad game and he turns into a prick. But then when he's having a good game, it's all smiles and grin, shit eating grin on his face. It's just, I just want to,
He's
no matter what, I don't like the guy. You have a wedding ring on and you won't say who you're married to. Just little things bother me. Privacy, okay, great. I mean, what does he have? 22 kids, and he doesn't want people to know? How many seeds did he plant throughout the years on the road? Who knows? And then he found the LSD and the microdosing and found reality. Like, what's going on with that guy? So that's my take on it. I'm not a fan. I never have been. I thought he was an arrogant prick during the draft.
Are they going to win the division?
Who?
Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh? I mean, I don't know.
They're in first right now.
They're in first right now, but Baltimore's behind them. They're kind of hanging around still.
Hanging around.
They're hanging.
Kid has alligator blood.
They're hanging around. But we'll have to see. And I have another question. And this is about last week's game with the Bills and the Patriots. Why was Gabe Davis inactive? Why wasn't he on the field?
Coleman.
Right. Why?
Well, you just said you like Coleman.
I don't like Coleman.
It was home. Coleman plays home games. I don't know. They're probably interchangeable. They wanted to play that Cook. They want to play Cooks too. They think Cooks is better than Gabe.
I just think Gabe's a better option right now, and here's why I think that. Because he knows Josh. Josh knows him. They have a a history together playing.
I think if that was true, Allen would be putting him in.
Putting who in?
I would think Allen would be saying, "Hey, I want Gabe in instead of Cooks."
He could very well be doing that, and Joe Brady might be like, "Well, it doesn't fit into the game plan this week, Josh. You're gonna have to take my word for it." And Josh,
what has Cooks done here? Caught 2 passes so far. How much did he do last week?
I don't even think he did. I don't think he did anything.
It was all Allen running around like a.
Well, Allen makes the plays. He extends
MVP
the plays.
Allen or no?
I think he's still in the running for it if he makes a good playoff run.
Clearly.
And he gets to the AFC Championship, and let's say he doesn't get to the Super Bowl, I still think he has a great chance at making the MVP.
It's funny because if we have all these years of excellence coming here with Allen, everybody seems to like him around the league. Maybe it's not going to be a Mahomes situation where a lot of people don't like him, or are you going to get tired of the Bills dynasty too if that happens?
I don't think you get tired of the Bills dynasty because the Bills fans have been they've been deserving of this really since
your
the 90s.
hope. God, I don't know if I want to start talking good anymore because I've been talking so negatively and it seems to be working that I'm afraid to actually switch on and jump on this bandwagon here.
You are the best bandwagon fan that we have ever had, that I've ever known. You talk a lot of shit. I
was afraid of Mahomes. I'm afraid of the league cheating, and I was afraid of Mahomes for sure, 100%. I thought Josh Allen and the Bills had zero chance, but now that they're out, I said when that E's next to their name, I might start thinking differently, and it's starting to look pretty nice.
There you go.
I think we have a good shot.
I would like to say we have a good shot. Anybody out there has any input
Score
on this?
21 points this week. Get Josh Allen as far away from Myles Garrett as possible, and get out of this game with a W. And let's win the next 3.
We definitely can win the next 3, and then that would put us at the 13-4 mark where I had predicted us to be at the beginning of the season.
Ding, ding, ding.
I did predict 13-4 season. So our biggest threat for the remaining of this year is really Myles Garrett and the Eagles. And the Eagles, I don't feel are that much of a threat.
Myles Garrett luckily doesn't play for them.
He plays.
Oh, I see what you're saying. This week to get out of health. Yeah,
right.
I got you.
But I do also think this: if by the time the Eagles come to town and they're already in a playoff spot, do they really need to?
You're Josh Allen.
You got Josh, but do the Eagles stand a chance coming in if they're already in a playoff spot? Isn't Nick Sirianni a big advocate of sitting his guys?
Yeah,
right. So that should be a win. See, but here's where I get worried: is I say these should be wins, and I've said that a couple times this year that the Bills should have won, and they didn't. They got blown out. And then the games where I think that we're not going to win, we go in there and put on a clinic.
It's a funny little league, this NFL this year.
We should not have won this past Sunday. We should not have won. If New England is as good as their record says they are, and I have to stick with what Bill Parcells has always said and always will say, you are what your record says you are. They are 11-3, okay? They are. Or is it 11-4 now? 11-4. But Drake May, is he ready for that next step yet? No, he's second-year quarterback, man. He wasn't good last year. He's good this year, but like we said earlier, he hasn't played a real team yet until he played the Bills. Do they win this week? I don't know. I think I picked them to lose this week, so we'll see.
Same.
We'll see. And it trickles down from the top. And if you got your head coach bitching about some stupid calls that were, I mean, if you're up 21-0, you need to hold on to that win, and you have to finish that game.
Diggs has been non-existent.
He didn't exist in that game. If anything, their running game was what was crushing us the most. But here's the thing: if you're as good as your record is, you should have had no problem at home to a team you already beat in their building, the Bills. You're up 21-0.
Finish them
at halftime. You should have finished that game. We came back. So I think what happened is you saw a team, we got this, and they settled down a little bit. And
Same
the Bills
with Denver, though. Denver
playing.
can figure it out, and their defense doesn't hold. They hold teams to 24 or less.
Denver's a really good team. They're well coached. They're coached by fear and intimidation. I mean, that's the way Sean Payton coaches. I mean, Bounty Gate. He doesn't care if you're hurt. He wants you to just take the needle, take a pill, put some duct tape on that shit, and get back out there, do your job. You're paid to play football. He could care less about their health. He is that type of coach. That's why
He could
John Elway brought
He
him
could
in.
outcoach us.
I mean, technically he could, but his players got to go out there and perform too. And Bo Nix is still a young guy. I mean, he's in his second year, right?
How many points does a
What?
good coach give you during the
How
game?
many?
3? If you're out coached, how many points do you think that equates to?
I don't
Like if I'm going to be out coached by you and there was a point spread, would you automatically give that other team a few points just because the coach is better? Or are you saying, nah, doesn't matter who's coaching, the players got to play? What's the difference like that a coach would make? 3 points?
maybe.
Right? That's what I would say.
I guess if you want to
Because
go there.
crucial timeouts, good challenges. How much can a coach, you know what I mean? Like in game.
That's just a really hard question to answer, to be truthful
Yeah.
with you. I mean, that's just a weird question too. I've never heard such a question.
Yeah, I
Something
guess you would
weird.
just check the advantage box.
I mean, I guess. I don't really know. To
I
me,
think we get
it's-
out coached by Denver, but I still think we'd win.
You still think we'd win, huh?
I do.
What does everybody else out there think? Definitely drop us a message and look at we're almost out of time here.
Are we winning the East or what? You got to tell me now.
I like us to win the East. Yes.
Well, he said it.
I do. I think we win the East. I think we're creeping back up. I think New England losing this week is going to help us. We win. And I think New England might. I mean, they won however many in a row. And you can't. I mean, the last team to win every game in a row, undefeated 72 Dolphins. It's never going to happen again. I just think that the Patriots are going to see a couple losses coming up here in the next 3 weeks.
That's why I don't really fear Denver because they're already on this huge roll. If they continue winning and they're winning 15 in a row going into the playoffs or 14 in a row, they got to lose one of these, right?
Well, that's just it.
That's just it. They would have to.
I mean, if you want to keep it close. and
Nobody
make
goes
it
19
exciting.
and 0 in the last few. I know
well,
it's setting it up,
team
dude.
The last team that got close to that was the Patriots, and they lost in the Super Bowl to the Giants.
I don't want to get
so.
too excited here in Buffalo, New York, but it's
Well,
the stars
you know
are
what?
aligning here, I think.
It's a full-time job being a Buffalo Bills fan. We all know that. Anybody out there that's a Bills fan, I've been a Bills fan over 40 years. T.O.'s been a bandwagon fan. He actually said, I am an NFL fan, but I live in Buffalo.
Who lives in
But
Buffalo?
But his whole background is Josh Allen, Buffalo Bills, and
Dan Marino.
So obviously, I don't see him anywhere. So to me, you are a Bills fan, but you're just one of those. If they're really, really awesome, you ride the train, and if they're really, really shitty, you say, "I told you so." That's just the kind of guy you are. I mean, that's the way you've always been. We've always kind of disagreed on the Buffalo Bills. I'm a real true fan. When they were 3-13 or whatever with Todd Collins, I was like still watching the years of the drought and always
15
losing
years
to
of
New England.
shit.
I remember when Ryan Lindell kicked a field goal to beat the Patriots at home, and it felt like we won the Super Bowl. And it was
Who's
just a
kicking our
regular
field goals
season
this week? Ray Davis?
game. No, they
They
brought
got
in a
that guy.
kicker.
Who?
I don't know what his name is, but Matt Prater's hurt with a quad injury. He's week to week. We brought in some guy. I don't know where he
Not
came from.
Hoshka.
No, I don't know who it is.
Okay, it doesn't matter, but I heard he's pretty good.
It's a kicker. I mean, kickers.
What do you mean? I lost my fantasy league due to a kicker.
I just I
Stupid
think kickers
kicker.
are a dime a dozen. I think if you have to
Wow.
bring a guy in for a week or two.
Brian
mean,
Aubrey wouldn't like that.
Well, he missed a 45-yarder
Did he?
or something. Yeah, he missed.
He kicked a 95 but misses a 45?
Pretty much.
Magnets.
That's how bad the Cowboys are right now. Versus the Vikings. But we're all out of time here, and we have so much stuff we
I don't
can
know.
talk about.
Magnets in the balls.
I just okay. Listen,
You love them.
there was no doinks this past week.
You love magnets in the
There
balls.
was no doinks. There was no doinks. But I just want to take a quick moment. Thank everybody for being here. We're not sure if we're going to be here next week. Christmas is next week.
Happy holidays,
So
everyone.
happy holidays, everybody. Whatever holiday you celebrate, enjoy yourself. Be safe. If you're driving anywhere, drive safe. And most importantly, let's go Buffalo and enjoy your game.
Merry Christmas, Mahomes.
Merry Christmas, Mahomes. I hope your ankle feels good. Or knee. And I hope you're up and around and doing Kermit the Frog impressions for the holiday season. But until next time, folks, have a good week. We'll see you next time.
True NFL is brought to you by Raw Live Productions. If you have any questions about the show, you can email us at info@rawlive.com.